Hello, welcome. Ladies, always trust your intuition. Your intuition never lies, okay? Women are so powerful, and I think we're finally discovering our power in terms of our womb, our intuition, how emotionally aware we are, how we are actually rightful leaders, okay? But I don't want to get too much into that. I want to just talk about this certain situation, and I don't want to draw too much light into it, but it's happened recently where this YouTuber, Wizard Liz, was cheated on by her husband, Landon. She was 4 months pregnant, and he had the audacity to cheat on her, but I don't want to draw too much attention on him, okay? I really do preach, and I talk a lot about what thoughts you have, you attract, right? And I agree with that. And I think I want to talk a lot about this because there are so many mixed reactions. That's kind of why I wanted to make a video on this with my perspective. It's honestly, and it hurts to say this, but it is on the Wizard Liz. And it is, like, I think she does take ownership of it. And I think at the end of the day, as much as we want to blame him because he did cheat, but he was inherently a cheater, right? Wizard Liz herself has said that there were red flags that she ignored. And I don't want this we're all human at the end of the day, okay? Like, I will make mistakes, you will make mistakes. As much as I'm super aware about so many things, there are certain things that when we as women, when we fall in love, we tend to ignore red flags. We tend to not even ignore, but we maybe tend to minimize them. We're like, oh, it's just his quirk, it's his trait, it's his personality, it's fine. But cases like these and instances like these where we see someone who's so incredibly powerful, and what she did was the most powerful thing she could have ever shared with us, it's all of her videos times 10 what she did, because she showed us firsthand what it is like to listen to her advice and walk away and choose yourself. That is something that I will always talk about, is you pour into yourself, you choose yourself. She chose herself, okay? And I think this is revolutionary for women because we see firsthand how a confident, powerful woman chooses herself. And we carry this with us. Each and every one of us, you, me, all of us need to have this in the back of our mind. No matter what happens, us as women, we choose our freaking selves. We cannot control men. We cannot tame men. We can blame men. I talked about this in my other video as well. We can blame men. We can say this. We can berate them. But at the end of the day, when we're blaming men, we're giving them power. When we choose ourselves, we take back that power. Wizard Liz didn't lose anything. She took back her power. She took back everything that she holds within herself, and she literally won. Okay? At the end of the day, she's not a victim. She showed us herself firsthand. She's not a victim. Okay, that guy will continuously be a cheater, whatever he does. I don't care. Let's not draw too much attention to him. Wizard Liz won. And the amount of women that are supporting him, not him. Ooh, take that back. The amount of women that are supporting her and are, there for her is just how beautiful womanhood is, and how beautiful it is to see girls supporting girls. And at the end of the day, Wizard Liz did say there were red flags that she ignored. And if you I watched the Q&A video as well, second time around, and I looked for certain things because there are certain things that some manipulators do or say. And some certain things were that, one, she did say he was controlling. That's a red flag. So the issue is him, obviously. The problem is him, right? When I say, don't blame them. Yeah, they have problems. They have issues. But I'm not going to focus on my energy and my thoughts and my reactions and emotions towards them. I choose this path for myself, and I pave this path for myself. And yes, you'll attract people, but the choice of letting them in your life and allowing them to be your husband, to be the father of your children, to befriend them, that's your choice. That's your that's your choosing, and that's your fault, whether it's a beautiful blooming relationship or whether it's not. I'm very proud of how Wizard Liz handled this, and the ability to just think from your womb, and really analyze things and analyze people. And I guess there are some people, I didn't think of this too much, but I guess there are some people that are extremely talented at being manipulators and give you everything you want. So I think what I took away from this, and that what we can learn from this, is that you value yourself with high regards, of course, and you give men time to continuously prove themselves to you over and over and over again. And I'm not sure what exactly their relationship was like. And I don't want to talk again too much in depth, and I don't want this video to just be about that. I think they did get married really early, and then they got engaged early, they got married right after, and then the child right after. So I guess he had the time to really wear a mask on and give her everything that she wanted in a man. And he turned and morphed himself into that when he wasn't that, when he was just not the type of person that she thought he was, or that he thought he was, I guess. I don't know. What I do know is that men are master manipulators. Not all of them, but a good amount of them are. But my mindset still, knowing what I know about all of this, it's still, there are great men out there. Your thoughts do create your reality. Sometimes you attract the wrong people, but you choose yourself. As Wizard Liz showed us, she chose herself. In the end, she won. She's having a beautiful baby. She's having a beautiful child. She will be a beautiful mother and an amazing mother. She won in the end, okay? And good people always win. So there's that. And with all people, and I also saw a lot of comments and a lot of people stating how, if this happened to Wizard Liz, like, what hope do we have? Love doesn't exist. Again, we're focusing on the wrong thing, okay? We're allowing men to win again. When you're saying, men suck, this, like, I can never find love, you're victimizing yourself. Let's not do that. Let's commend her. Let's award her. Let's support her, and let's be so inspired by the decisions that we make. But remember, trust your intuition, okay? You will attract all sorts of people, but trust your intuition. Focus on womb meditation and build the trust. Value yourself so highly that you give men chances to prove themselves over and over and over and over again. And God forbid anything happens, you do what Wizard Liz did and you step away, you walk away. And I just can't express how proud I am to see this, because it's really revolutionary to see someone who is super confident in her field and has inspired me and so many women before me, after me. And she publicly announced this and she publicly stated this, and it's just really inspirational to see. So yeah, I think the most important thing, pour into yourself. Like always, as always, not all men are evil, not all men are trash. There are amazing men out there. You just have to remember to trust yourself and your intuition. If something is bad and you feel something shifty and off, leave. Leave. Get up and leave, okay? And just try to be as positive as you can. And, still, no matter what happens in the world, there are great men out there, okay? I promise you this, there are great men out there. And you will always have this faith and belief that there are. And no matter what happens in your life, you have yourself, you have your family, and allow yourself to have that trust in yourself, okay? The trust, the intuition, it never lies, So yeah, essentially I just wanted to make this really quickly just to talk about it, because it's really impacted me in a great way. And I think all of us can learn from this. All of us can take something away from this and become better individuals, become more powerful. And it's still not about berating men. We're still not going to berate any guy, okay? We're not going to berate any men. If they've done us wrong, bye. You're out. You're out of mind, out of sight, okay? Or no, out of sight, out of mind. Because when you're constantly filling your mind with berating men, that's the type of life you're going to attract. So that's all I want to say. Do some womb meditation, journal, pour into yourself. Always choose yourself. Remember, there are amazing guys out there. And for you to attract an amazing guy, you're going to have to pour into yourself and love yourself completely. And just because you attract someone and just because he seems right doesn't mean he's the one. Allow him to pour himself into you, devote himself to you. My philosophy is, if I don't get that in my lifetime, God forbid, I hope I do, but if I don't, I'm good. I'm good, right? If it doesn't happen, I hope it does. We're praying it does, it will happen. But if it doesn't, I'm good. I am financially secured. I am working on myself. I'm building myself. I am good. And I think part of it is also what is kind of painful is the fact that there's so many young boys that have not the best mentors or not the best guys to look up to. I think there are very few guys in this space, in this field, that talk about respecting women, talk about honoring women, talk about, you know, like a lot of them say they want wife-like qualities in a woman or whatnot, but what are your actions, right? It's just, I feel like there's so many extremes, and it's, where's the middle ground? You know, men are being controlled by lust, women are being controlled by lust. It's like, where's the middle ground? Where's the alignment? So always choose yourself. And if that means walking away like Wizard Liz did, that means walking away like Wizard Liz did. If that means dumping your current boyfriend, dumping him. If whatever that means, you make the difficult decisions, because there are a group of women supporting you, being there for you, they're behind you. I'm supporting you no matter what decision you make. If it means that you choose yourself, I will always support that and support you. And I do want to say, we will make mistakes inevitably. We're all human beings. We're all people, okay? And it's fine, it's okay, but at the end of the day, you choose yourself. That's the most important thing, because when you do, you have power, you have control. When you blame others, there are always going to be cheaters, there are always going to be losers or weirdos, there are always going to be random people that want to just use you and manipulate you, but we don't focus on that. We don't allow our attention to be drawn on that, okay? It exists. It's like it's there, okay? But we're not going to constantly just do that, because when we're doing that, if I just sit here and constantly berate Landon or whichever guy, right? I'm drawing all of I'm giving my power, my attention, my energy to him. Attention, oh my gosh, I'm going on so many tangents, but attention is the highest, the most valuable asset is attention. It's not energy, it's not money, it's energy. It's not money, it's not time, it's attention. Where attention goes, energy flows. Whoa, no, but it's a real thing, okay? So yes, it was shitty. Okay, it was terrible, but I'm not going to draw attention to that. Look at what Liz did. I see how powerful she was, what difficult decisions she had to make, but she made the best one for herself, because she chose herself in the end. We choose ourselves in the end. We hold ourselves in high regard.
And that is the moral of the story.
And that's how we're going to become more aligned within ourselves, and we're going to be the best, highest, hottest, best versions of ourselves. So I really wanted to make this really quickly just to have my input on it. Again, more power to her, more respect to her. And this is a big learning lesson for all of us women, but I feel like we've all learned a lot from this, and we can take this with us, as we are always going to choose ourselves. Bye. Love you.